The mortar strike took out half the forward camp, and when the dust settled, the only shelter left standing was his. His name is Sergeant Luca Varin, and if you had told me 48 hours ago that I would be crawling into a tent with the man who had made my last 6 months a living exercise in controlled frustration, I would have called you a liar with excellent aim. We were embedded with the same unit under different commands. I was a field correspondent. He was the kind of soldier who believed journalists in active zones were liabilities wearing press badges. We had established this mutual position loudly, professionally, and on at least 3 separate occasions in front of our respective superiors. None of that mattered when the sky started falling. He pulled me down behind a supply barrier before I'd processed the sound, his hand on the back of my head, his body angled between me and the direction of impact. Automatic. Not a decision, just reaction. When it was over, he checked me for injuries with quick, impersonal hands and said, "You are with me until command reestablishes perimeter. Don't argue." I didn't argue. That alone should have told me something. The tent was small, military issue, meant for function, not comfort. We sat on opposite sides of a space that allowed very little pretense of distance, listening to the radio crackle and the night settle into an uneasy quiet outside. He cleaned a cut on his forearm without mentioning it. I noticed. I didn't say so. I handed him the kit from my pack and looked away while he used it, which was apparently its own kind of language, because when I looked back, something in his expression had shifted. "You're better in the field than I gave you credit for," he said, quiet, deliberate, the kind of admission that costs something. "You're less reckless than your reputation," I replied. The corner of his mouth moved. Not quite a smile. Almost. Hours passed. The radio went silent. The darkness outside was total, and the tent held a warmth that had nothing to do with temperature, and everything to do with proximity, and the strange, stripping honesty that comes when survival clears away everything unnecessary. He spoke once, low and unprompted. "I don't actually think you're a liability." "I know," I said soft. "I don't think you're reckless." Silence stretched between us, and it was not hostile. It was the kind of silence that holds something new and fragile and not yet named. He turned to look at me in the dark. I turned to look at him. Outside, the world was still burning. Inside, for the first time in 6 months, everything went completely still.